I was recently paying attention to the WNBA, as you folks know that I do, and it's come to my attention that, hey, the Connecticut Sun is looking to be sold. The tribal folks that own it can't afford to do what they need to do to improve the Connecticut Sun. So they've worked to sell it. Well, the WNBA has stepped in. They are not wanting the, quite honestly, overpriced uh, sale of the Connecticut Sun to the company that the tribe wants to sell it to. On top of that, no matter who gets it, the WNBA is wanting them to pay $100 million to move the freaking franchise. This is idiotic. This is another way that the WNBA is hurting the league. Moving to Boston would be a good thing. You get more eyes, you get more basketball fans. I mean, it's Boston, the Celtics. You get the folks linked together with the Celtics, and holy cow, will it be a good thing for the WNBA. But no, these folks at the WNBA, Engelbert included, want to sit there and be idiots. This sale would be good for the league, but the league doesn't want it. Just further showing how stupid this league has gotten.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
Now, okay, I can understand a little bit of money being asked for to move the league. You know, little bit of an inconvenience, going to have to make changes, whatnot, but $100 million. What is that garbage? You're acting like you don't want the Connecticut Sun sold. It's a franchise that is, if they're not even making any money where they are, yes, they have a little bit of good thought processes because UConn's right there, but it hasn't helped them be anything but weak. And so the league has decided, oh, we want to keep the Sun exactly where they're at, but here's the group that we want you to sell it to because, well, they're still going to be in Connecticut. I guess they want to keep the option open for another team moving to Boston. Here's a very low viewership market. And you're thinking this is a good thing to keep the team in Connecticut? Nothing wrong with Connecticut, but the prices are way too high there. I have been there. I have talked to the people. Even the people that live there kind of go, what in the world am I dealing with here? But going to Boston would be good for the league. Not to mention that price tag that they were offered. They were offered $325 million, which I think is way too much for the Connecticut Sun. But hey, they get it. But why in the world is the league, one, not wanting the good sell to go through? Because you know the Connecticut Sun's owners are not doing good. And two, $100 million. That is some silliness right there. Engelbert and the rest of the folks in the front office of the WNBA must be smoking something good to think that this is a valid way to do business. Then again, though, we have seen what this league has done business wise. Nobody seems to understand business. This is just another bit of stupidity. And this $100 million needs to go away. It does not need to be what these people are talking about. They need to be getting this sale done, and they need to be getting into the Boston market. This is a great chance to get into the market. And if you're trying to make some money back, well, get it into a market where they'll actually get people, where they'll actually get butts in the seat, they'll actually get some traction going. But no, Engelbert is trying to pay that Yukon tax, as it's called, because they're so closely linked with Yukon Huskies right now. They're going to hurt themselves just for the simple fact of that they have no common sense. And seriously, that's what's going on here. People need to know about this so they can realize just how bad this league has gotten. Now, look, I understand trying to cash in on the Yukon Huskies. That is a team that has done some decent things. I'm not a fan of the Huskies, never will be. But if that was the case, why don't you also have a league or a team in Knoxville? You've never opened one up. Pathead Summit could have gotten the butts in the seat, especially if you had had more University of Tennessee players. Because Tennessee balls, let me tell you something, us Tennessee balls are some just loyal individuals. I watched the Colts. I rooted for the Colts when Peyton Manning was there. When he went to Denver, I was rooting for me some Broncos for a little while. Now, mind you, not so much as I normally would because I'd gotten out of pro football by that point, but I was willing to watch the games because, well, it's Peyton Manning. I was watching the Lakers this past year, keeping up with them a little bit this past season because of Dalton Connect. I know that there are other University of Tennessee ball fanatics, and that's what we are most of the time, are fanatics, that are paying attention to teams that our players are on. You don't think that we weren't watching Washington when Heath Schuler was there? You don't think that we're watching any of the baseball teams? Like Todd Helton was with the Rockies. I'm not even a baseball fan, but Todd Helton, I was watching some Rockies baseball on occasion because he was there. Candace Parker, I became a Sparks fan and still root for the Sparks, especially now that Cameron Brink's there, because Candace Parker was there for so long. Folks, this is getting ridiculous that the WNBA, instead of paying attention to the fans, pay attention to whatever stupidity that they're smoking. And I hope that more and more people talk out against what they are trying to do to the Connecticut Sun. They are hurting that franchise. They are hurting the WNBA by doing this. But hey, this seems to be the way the WNBA wants to go. Just thought I'd bring this up. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all hit like and subscribe. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.